Welcome to the Numerology and Astrology for March 21st, 2021. And if we add all those numbers together, we get the number 11. But what I think is also interesting is that if we look at the 321, which is a 3, which is a 21, which is a 3, it's a 333. And I think, that's always interesting when these things kind of crop up. And I think, okay, where do we need to reframe the negative to the positive and roll with the punches, which is the number 3? If you add all of them together, it's a 9. So what are we completing? What are we trying to finish up? What are we trying to resolve and respond to appropriately? And yet, if you add 321, 2021, you actually get the number 11, which is a number of transcendence and expansion. And the number 11 in its highest form is about prophecy. If we wish to lead, we must learn to hold the highest standard possible, which is that 3, which is that reframing the negative to the positive. And there is tremendous creative potential with this number if it's correctly balanced with the rational mind. And so when you get the rational mind balanced in with positive mind, you actually end up with a set of completion, which would again be the number 9. So the number 11, this requires us to trust our intuition, which goes again back to the number 9. And if we fear letting that part of us out, our rational mind will seek to find fault with other spiritual practices, which is again the number 9. So I find these things really interesting, how they're all bouncing back and forth and they're referencing each other. And so I think that we need to pay attention to all 3 of those sets of numbers in our life today. Because intuitive knowing is supposed to fill in the blanks that the conscious world leaves open. Both are supposed to be working together to manifest this magnificent world in which we live. It starts with us. When we value the physical world and the esoteric planes of existence, our physical body becomes an integral part of this expanding potential. The astrology today. On Sunday, Venus begins its journey in Aries. It will stay there until about April 14th. And this is not Venus's favorite place to be. We call it being in its detriment. It's kind of like the god of war, and then the goddess of love. How do you get those two together? It's sort of tricky because we feel that balancing Aries individuality with the socially engaging qualities of Venus it's hard. It can be a challenge. It is inspiring for new paths and new ways in relation to finances. This evening has a beautiful social quality. Perhaps getting together with the family in appropriate social distancing for dinner would be good. The moon is in Gemini until early in the morning when it goes into Cancer, and this is a moment to heal hearts, find safety, and connect in a deepening way. Since we are now in Aries, it gives us a bolder way to move in the world. Be careful with the impulsiveness and the impatience. Things will naturally unfold at their proper time. Take the time to move in spontaneous and enthusiastic ways. On most levels, keep things simple. There will be many requirements in the weeks and months ahead. The impulse is to leap in and to get going, but obstacles are kind of everywhere, and they are trying to help you think more clearly, which has been a problem of late. Mercury sextile Uranus as the sun is setting, and it brings some more common sense into the seemingly senseless manner of how the world has been going. Let the originality of this configuration help make things more balanced between our natural intuitive side and our more scientific way of working in the world. There is a trine between Mars and Saturn supporting a planned approach and moderate behavior. Traditional ways seem to help navigate this present intensity. You seek the higher purpose of your life, and while effort is still required, there is a clear path that seems to make sense, that is compelling you to follow. My quote for today: will the light shine through the dark, hidden within the hateful heart? Will tomorrow bring clarity of mind? Will they see past the fear to be kind? I know tomorrow is always another day, one that can change pain and dismay. I know that the potential of mankind lives underneath the games of mind's shivs. See today in tomorrow's light, see relief in humanity's plight. And my blog for today just kind of had this esoteric, crazy idea to play with. What if the ideas that we fully play out in our mind create and generate new dimensions in time? What if it is us that are using the ideas we create and share to engage other minds and energies to further expand that dimension? What if it is the creative expression and grouping of these thoughts that generate meaning, and in that generation of meaning for others, it engages them to the possibility and therefore that reality? That then their thoughts combine to feed a stream of energy into that matrix continuously until that dimension is birthed into the physical world. Just some esoteric thought to think of. Okay, I hope you guys had a great weekend.